Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to the second video. If you guys are new to the channel, welcome to the channel. Last video, I believe there was a lot of this going on. It was a bit too much of a close-up, so I'm gonna push back a bit. I don't know. I forgot where I put the tripod in the previous video, and I moved back a bit, I think. Gonna try to stay back a bit. Topic for today's video is the bane of my social media marketing existence and career, which is cold emailing. If you guys watched my first video, if you haven't, check it out. But if you guys watched it, you know that I started my social media marketing journey back in 2022. So I had started doing a lot of research before starting my business, before starting my agency. What we were told, what everybody was talking about is cold emailing and cold calling. So back then, because of the research that I had done and because of all of these gurus online who were telling you, all right, this is what you need to do, I started doing a bit of cold calling and cold emailing. Now, before I really get into cold emailing, I'll talk a little about cold calling, only because I did see some results from it. However, dude, time consuming. Awkward? Yeah, awkward. It's a sales thing. It's a good skill to learn. So I kind of see the benefit of doing cold calling, but just the return on investment on that is, not that high in my opinion. Cold emailing, the return on investment, in my opinion, is very, very low. So this is my opinion, first of all. However, I don't think I'm the only one with that opinion. I'll put a screenshot here of some Reddit guy and some shots here somewhere. A bunch of Reddit posts just talking about, and it's not just Reddit, a lot of other people just talking about how cold emailing is just not it anymore, right? And it hasn't been for a while. I've got a little presentation thing set up which we'll go on to. But before that, yeah, so this video, I'm going to be talking about cold emailing. I'm going to be talking about the pros and cons, why it sucked for me, and why I think your energy, your time, and your money is better spent somewhere else. And just as a gift to you guys, I'm also going to be telling you about what you should do instead, which is focusing your energy on Upwork and Fiverr and all these other things, but mainly Upwork, right? Because that's where I've had success. Especially this video is really, really important and really, really useful for people who are just starting off. I'm just going to tell you my experience both with cold emailing and Upwork, and how I've been able to make a bit of money. Not a lot of money like everybody else, right? But a bit of money with the little amount of time that I've been on Upwork. Here we go. Let's get into that video. All right, let's get started. So we're talking about comparing Upwork and cold emails for client acquisition. And like I said, in my very humble opinion, I believe that cold emailing is pretty much dead. A bit of a caveat to add here. Cold emails probably work for bigger organizations who have the money to invest into everything that goes into cold emailing. As far as it comes to people who are just starting off, businesses, agencies that are just starting off, cold emailing is just not it. Cold emails, the old way. So like I said, in 2021, 2022, and even before that, it was working. But as you guys know, things change really, really quickly in this landscape, right? And it just isn't it anymore. As I previously mentioned, before I started my agency, I did some research into what works best. And that's, 2021, most of 2021. So what I had found out, what worked best from all the gurus, from everybody who's talking about SMMA, not gonna name names, not yet, but yeah, all of those guys, cold emailing was just not working. Cold calls, however, like I said previously, it does have its merits. It does have some pros. So before I started doing cold emailing, everybody was talking about how cold emailing is the way. You got to send out 100 emails. You got to send out, even if you send out 10 emails a day, you're going to get it. And then as time went on, it went from 10 emails a day to 100 emails a day, to 200 emails a day, to 1,000. And it just kept on going. Cold emailing has been a staple for many marketers, but has become less effective. And I would argue that it has died over time. We've got the pros of cold emails. Let's talk about that. So one of the main pros of cold emailing is that you can find really high value clients. How do you do that? Well, you just have to look them up. Start doing a bit of research, go onto their LinkedIn, go to their website, find out who the owner is, and start doing a bit of research. You'll be able to find out who those people are. Not only that, if you've got a very specific niche, you can just Google what your niche is and then start looking at all of the businesses that come up on Google, and then you start emailing them. Next up, low startup cost. Again, I don't think this is true, and I don't think this has been true since I started. I don't think it is true. Compared to other things, yeah, it was low, but when you add up all of those things, I don't think that pro is really a pro anymore. So low startup cost, sure, whatever. You can find some leads for $10 on Fiverr and write up some emails, or you don't even have to do that. You can just create your own email list using some free software, write some personalized email and then send that out. You've got freedom and control. You do have freedom and control. I think the first 3 points lead to this, that you have freedom and control. You know who you're emailing, you know what niche they are, you know how many times you're going to email them and what kind of email they're going to be. They're not warm clients, but they're cold clients, and potentially they could be the clients that you're looking for. Last up, we've got trackable statistics. Yes, trackable statistics is very, very true. And you can only get this from, well, you know, I could be wrong, but you can only get this from tools that aren't really that cheap anymore. For example, Lemlist. I use a lot of Lemlist. I use a lot of Instantly. I'll put up some screenshots if I can still get them, because I've canceled my subscriptions. But if I can still get them, I will put them up on screen for you guys to see, to look at my statistics. I don't even know. Over the last 2 years, I did like 100 campaigns, maybe probably less, but yeah, I did a bunch of campaigns on both Instantly and Lemlist. Yeah, I can track it. I can track how much that campaign sucks. You know, I can track how much cold emailing sucks. Those are the pros of cold emails. And as you can tell, I'm not a big fan of cold emailing. Anyway, let's get into the cons. Time consuming. Creating and collecting and finding leads is very, very time consuming. Finding the businesses in your niche, finding their websites, going onto their websites and finding out who the owners are, finding their LinkedIns, finding their emails. It's very, very time consuming. Then you make that list. Then you've got to send out emails. Then you've got to send out personalized email. You can't just say, hey, you want to work with me? No, you got to put in like this whole story about like, oh, I saw your product and it's so amazing. Saw you got mentioned in this like newspaper. So amazing. Hey, you wanna buy my services? Nah, you know. And not only that, you don't have to do it once. You have to do like at least 5 to 8 follow-ups. That's just normal. 5 to 8 follow-ups. Nobody's going to respond to you for the first 5-6 times. Nobody's going to respond to you, obviously, to your first email. They don't know you. Why would they? So that's 5 to 8 emails per lead. If you've got 1,000 leads, that's 5,000 emails, 5 to 8,000 emails. Then it goes on to technical setup. Now, the technical setup is not that much of a difficult thing, especially if you can just watch some videos, honestly. You can pay someone on Fiverr for like, I don't remember, but yeah, probably can do it for like $10, maybe 20, maybe something along those lines. But it requires you to understand what a DNS is. Well, you don't really, but you do kind of need to figure out how you set up your DNS, how you set up all these other things. You know, you got to warm up your email. How you warm up your email? Well, there was GWarm. GWarm went out of business. GWarm got banned. I think they stopped doing that. I don't know what happened with GWarm, but you know, that service is not available anymore. You know, you can use Lemlist. Again, you're paying them like £60 a month, $70, $80, $90 a month to warm up your email. And for the first 2 weeks, you just gotta freaking warm up your emails. I don't know. Once you have warmed it up, really go at it, but you got to start with 1 email a day, 2 emails, you know, like that's what warming up is. High competition, holy moly, high competition. It's not even competition. Like the social media marketing landscape is amazingly saturated already. And not only that, I think there are 3 categories of people and agencies, right? Number 1 is agencies who are actually looking for work, who will also do good work, and they're not just trying to make easy money. Number 2 are agencies that also want to make honest money, but they don't want to do honest work. They want to give out like really bad, you know, templates, all of that stuff, you know, just ready-made stuff, and they just want to throw that at the clients. And number 3 are just scammers. You know, they take the money and they don't do the work, and then they stop replying and all of this stuff. So cold emailing, it's not even just that it's high competition. There's been so many cold emails about everything. Emailing just sucks anyway, because you get a bunch of email subscription lists and all of that stuff. You get so many emails from everybody. It's not even that. I think it's just cold emailing has left a bad taste in everybody's mouth. It's high competition, crazy amount of saturation, and then scammers and just bad apples everywhere, just trying to make some quick money. Moving on, we've got risk of blacklisting. That's a big one. I don't know exactly how it works, but obviously you are sending out unsolicited emails. So risk of blacklisting is connected to unsolicited communications. They're next to each other. When you're trying to reach out to people, you know, they don't know you, they don't want to talk to you, they could mark you as spam, they can mark you as phishing, blah, blah, blah. You could lose their email, all of that, and you can just get blacklisted by by all these like email providers and everybody else, and then your emails aren't going out, they're just getting blocked, right? So, and you don't even find out. Well, you kind of do find out, but later on. It's happened to me, but I wasn't spamming anybody. I don't remember why it happened, but I had to pay like a guy on Fiverr, like I don't know, $20 to get that fixed, and it got fixed in like, I don't know. Well, he fulfilled the service in like 30-40 minutes, but it takes like a longer time. Like maybe I think like, I don't remember, 3-4 days, 7 days maybe. So that's unsolicited communication. Again, pretty sure GDPR. So that's your data protection in the UK. There's crazy amount of data protection in Australia and all those areas. Canada is crazy. I don't know. I don't exactly know how it works in the US, but yeah, it's unsolicited. How did you get that data? How did you get personal information? That's people's personal information. That's people's personal emails, you know, names, all of that stuff. How did you get that? Why did you get it? It is unsolicited. So those are the cons of cold emails. They suck, right? And I'm telling you, you don't even need to know the cons. Yeah, I'm just telling you instead. So trust me on that one. Let's move on. Now I want to talk about Upwork, which is the new way. Now, Upwork can be a game changer, especially if you're starting off as a beginner, as a new agency. Now, Upwork, is it really that new? Of course not. Is it completely unsaturated and not dominated by like a lot of these other people? Absolutely not. However, it is your best bet at getting your first few clients. Let's get into it. Let's check out the pros. All right, so why this is good, especially for beginners. Number one, the leads on there are warm. The job postings are by people who are looking for work, who are looking for people who will do work for them, right? They are looking for social media marketers. They are looking for web dev. They are looking for all these people. So if you're trying to make your first buck, right, and if you're trying to get like your first few clients, Upwork is the best space because, like I said, they will post job postings, right, and job listings that you can go in there and you can just send out a proposal and you can, you know, get a conversation started. Number two, easy to start. It's like signing up for Facebook. If you've signed up for anything before, it's like that. I'm not even gonna get into that. It's easy to start, super easy to start, right? Beginner friendly, right? It is beginner friendly. The UI UX of it, you know, a lot of people do complain about it, but you know, you're not an idiot, you know, you can figure it out. So it's beginner friendly. Quick results, that is true. Quick results, that is true to a certain extent. Probably this was more true a few years ago. However, I think people have started to understand that cold emailing isn't the way. There needs to be something else. So they're either cold calling people, or they're networking, or they're going on Upwork and Fiverr, right? It's not as quick as it used to be. You can start a conversation with the first 10 or 12 proposals. In my experience, it's been less. I remember I did my January campaign for proposals this year, January 2024, landed me 3 clients, right? Well, landed me, I think, I don't remember what the numbers were, but I think it landed me 15 conversations. Out of that, I was able to convert 2, right? And it wasn't, you know, it wasn't just like my conversion skills. It was also, yeah, some people just weren't interested. You know, they started the conversation, but they moved on. Risk diversification. Working with multiple low ticket clients initially can be really, really good because people will be willing to give you $100, $200. They will be willing to give you that for a small project, and they'll be willing to test you out. That way you can get your first client. That way you can get your first few clients. You know, you start getting like these smaller ones, you start getting their reviews, you start getting their testimonials. You do a good job. You got to do a good job. Yeah, there is risk diversification for yourself as well as your client. You know, you will have multiple smaller clients instead of just relying on these high ticket clients, right? Obviously inbound leads, you know, if you have your profile set up on Upwork, you know, you can, yeah, people can just look you up. If people are looking for a certain job, if they're looking for a social media marketer, if they're looking for a web designer, web developer, whatever, they can just search that on Upwork and they can just look for you. And if they see you, if they like you, you know, whatever. I think this is a good segue into the cons of Upwork. So not the best segue, I guess. Number one is 20% commission. We'll come back to that. High competition. This is especially true if people go onto Upwork and they look for a specific job instead of like posting a job. They look for social media marketers and all those, or people who are providing that service. Now, as a customer, you can find, cheaper people, obviously, but, most of Upwork will be dominated by people who have been on Upwork for a very long time and they've been making a lot of money and they've got like 5-star reviews and they've made $100,000 or $50,000 or $10,000, so there is a bunch of competition there. However, compare that to cold emailing, compare that to anything else, it is the best. There is nothing that compares to it. Again, high competition is there. I always say, high competition is in social media marketing. High competition is in everything. What industry now does not have high competition? Which industry is not saturated? And I've said this to my dad, I've said this to everybody, I've said this to all of my friends. Yeah, it might be competitive. Well, we're going to compete. We're going to compete with all these other competitors and we're going to win. There's a lot of money for everyone in the world to make. So let's compete. That's the kind of mindset I want you guys going into this. No niche focus. This is a very important one. It's not focused on your niche. If you're a guy who's trying to help like gym owners, if you're someone who is trying to do Facebook ads for a skincare company, yeah, you're not going to find that easily. Obviously, people are putting up ads, but you're going to get what you're going to get. The jobs that are going to be there are going to be the jobs that people have posted there. You don't really get much of a choice, right? If there's no skincare company, if there's no gym owner posting on Upwork, well, you're not going to get a job for that niche, right? However, as a beginner, niches are important, right? Niches are really, really important. However, as a beginner, you want to start getting into delivering your product, delivering your service, getting testimonial, getting some money, get that drive, get your first $200, $300 for that kind of work, and then realize, oh, it's not that crazy amount of work. I can do $300. I can get another client, $600, $1,000, $2,000. Get into that mindset, and you will get that when you get your first couple of victories, right? Couple of W's. So, like I said, there's no niche focus there, but as a beginner, you kind of want to put that to the side. Don't forget about it, but put it to the side. There is payment after work and 20% commission. This is self-explanatory. Upwork is going to take 20% commission. There's nothing we can do about it. It's a platform. They're putting you all together. That's how they make money. They don't have ads. They don't have any of that stuff. They also make money from connects and all this other stuff, which I'll go over. I'll go over how to actually succeed at Upwork. So how they're making money primarily is from taking a 20% cut, right? You find a client who's willing to give you $100, right, for a service, for making them one image, for making them one post, making them 3 posts. Upwork is going to take $20 out of that $100. It is what it is. And also because Upwork is a very big company, they want to protect not only you guys, they also want to protect the customers. They want to protect both sides. They want to protect both ends of the transaction. Yeah, they ensure that the payment is made after the client is happy. They do take the money from the client. They take the money from the client when they sign a contract with a service provider, right? So if you find someone who is willing to pay you money and you guys have a conversation and you guys are into it, right, and you guys agree, they do take money from the client. So if the client starts screwing things up, you will still get paid. There's more detail to it. As long as you're like truthful and everything, and as long as you are like not an idiot and you're not doing like stupid things, you should be all right and you shouldn't get screwed over, and you shouldn't screw other people over either. So those are the cons of Upwork. Let's have a look. What do we have next? So my suggestion is, right, as I said in the start, cold emailing works probably for people who have the time, who have the money to invest in it, right? It takes personalization, it takes email list creation, it takes multiple follow-ups, right, to 50,000 people every month. All of that takes time, all of that takes money. So I would suggest that if you are going to stick to something, start off with Upwork. Once you have that kind of money, once you have that kind of time where you can hire people to do the personalization, email collection, all of that stuff, maybe you can look into that. And also maybe when you have a bit of a name, So when people see your company, when people see your name and your agency's name, they don't just run away from it. They kind of know who you are. That's when you want to start doing cold emailing. But before that, I would want you to master Upwork. I will post another video of how I navigate Upwork, all the things that I do, how I do my proposals, other little things that I do. I will make a video about it. If you guys are interested, definitely leave in the comments that you want to see that video, hit like, all of that stuff. But yeah, start with Upwork to build cash flow before moving on to cold emails. I would suggest don't move on to cold emails, just stick to Upwork, guys. Another thing that you want to do, and this is more of a mentality thing, right, is to have a structured approach to finding clients on Upwork. And what that means is, dude, you watch all the reels on YouTube, on Instagram, all of that stuff, people telling you to grind. Yeah, you gotta grind, okay? You gotta send out 10 proposals a day. Yeah, you just gotta do it, try to hit that. Start off with whatever, but you gotta do that, at least 5. Start with 1, start with anything, but start sending out proposals. And try to put yourself in the shoes of the customer and see what they would be looking for in a proposal. What they're looking for is somebody to take their pain away, right? And that pain might be, oh, I don't have the time to create content for Instagram. I don't have time to do this. I don't have time to do that. That's where you come in. That's where you come in as a service provider. What your proposal should focus on, and there is a bit of an art to this, what your proposal should focus on is trying to land that message that, yeah, we can definitely solve that pain point of yours. Our services, if you work with us, yeah, that pain point will go away. So you start off with Upwork, get a couple of clients, and then obviously the goal is to achieve some level of financial freedom and stability. Aim for a net profit of $2,500 a month to ensure that kind of financial stability, right? This will allow you to invest money into your agency and invest money into getting cold callers, maybe getting media buyers, getting people who can create the content for you, stuff like that. And then from there, you will optimize your process, and then you will scale. Again, like I said, I'm willing to get more into this in another video. So as I was saying, you want to get some financial stability, get around $2,500 a month, and then you start optimizing your process and you start scaling, right? Look into how you can get further clients, right? So end of the video, right? Upworks for starters, cold email for growth. Again, don't worry about cold emailing. I don't think cold emailing is a thing anymore. I think if anything, you should be focusing on your personal brand. You should be on YouTube. You should be on Instagram. You should be out there. People want to work with you. People don't want to buy your services. People want to work with you. So, look into that. But yeah, if you don't have the money and the time to start off with doing all of that, then you got to focus on Upwork. So that's everything, guys. Thank you very much if you guys stuck through this really, really long video. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Hope you guys found that informative. There's a lot of stuff in there. I want to make another video on Upwork and how I navigate through it and how I actually get clients through that. So I can talk to you guys about that in that video. Like this video, subscribe. It would mean a lot. And then also comment down below your experience with Upwork, your experience with cold emailing, your experience in general, anything. Talk to me, dude. I want to have a conversation, see what's up, right? Maybe I can learn from you guys as well. So drop a comment down below. But yeah, so if you found this video helpful, you know what to do. Hit that notification bell and all of that stuff. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.